What's going on, guys? It's your boy Hijack, and today we're going to be talking about Nexia, the new Xbox 360 emulator that is better than Xenia. In this video, I'm basically going to be telling the story about how Nexia came to be. So the story begins in early 2025. A guy named Logan asked his friend Phil to fix Xenia Canary netplay. Phil agreed, and they spent months working on it together. A couple months later, in June of 2025, a subscriber named ReadyBoxer commented on one of my videos telling me about multiplayer possibly working on Xenia. Of course, I was very interested in this because multiplayer just sounds awesome to have on an emulator, specifically for Minecraft. And if we could get people to be able to play with each other on old Minecraft, that's just what I'm going to call 360 version, just old Minecraft. That would be awesome. You know, we'd be one step closer to the good old days. So anyway, ReadyBoxer told me that Logan hangs out in the voice channel in the Xenia server and that he would let me know when he is. Sometime past, I think it was the next day, he told me that Logan was in the VC, so he told me to come join. And that's when I met Logan and he told me about how they're getting multiplayer to work. I think I remember being very fascinated and joyful. I was very hopeful, actually. At first, it kind of sounded too good to be true because I'm often very pessimistic, but I guess I decided to stay in the VC for a couple hours and the next couple days to see if they were actually making progress. I think one of the days, it might have been the first day I was hanging out in the VC, there were two British guys and they were saying something about me. They were like, that's the guy. That's the guy who made the video. And it was like, it was so weird. I think they asked me, like, they said, what's up? And I just didn't know what to say because it was so like strange to me, like that people were acting that way towards me. But yeah, anyway, that was a funny thing that happened. By the way, this is like the fourth or fifth time I've remade this video because I don't know why. The past couple times it just felt inauthentic. So this is my Hail Mary, I guess, where I'm just talking off the top of my head because I want to be as authentic as possible when I make videos. I don't like writing scripts. It's like, I just don't like it. So hopefully this time it works out. If you're hearing this, then I guess it did work out. Anyway, so back to Phil, who was Logan's friend. He's basically the programmer, and Logan, who was originally helping him, was basically his test monkey, I think he called him. So anyway, Phil, he basically tried to submit his code that he made to the netplay maintainers on GitHub. And so they obviously had to review it. And what happened was they actually rejected it because they said it wouldn't work. And so that was kind of a roadblock because how is he going to fix netplay if they're not going to accept his code that actually did work? I did join. They gave me their netplay build and they showed me that I could join and it was working. So we do know that it was working. So yeah, anyway, a couple days passed of us just hanging out in the Xenia voice channel. And I think we were just all excited. I forget how many people there were. It was me, ReadyBoxer, Logan, and another guy. So anyway, the next thing that happened was the netplay maintainers on GitHub. I don't know who it was. It might have been the creator of netplay. His name is Adrian Kassar, I think. I was told that he was a bit of an a-hole because apparently somebody who was a approved moderator or maintainer of the netplay GitHub took Phil's code and took credit for his code. So that was pretty strange, to say the least. And so Phil, and I guess everybody, had to make a decision. And that decision was to make a new Discord server. And then Phil was going to make his own emulator, which they called Nexia360. And so we went from the Xenia voice channel to just hanging out in the Nexia voice channel. And we did that for like the whole month of July, pretty much. And Phil was just doing updates, making the multiplayer more stable. I was never a person to hang out in Discord before until this happened because it was so, I guess, important to me that I guess I was just hanging out in Discord for hours in the voice channel. So when August rolled around, things started to slow down. I think Phil stopped working on Nexia for a while, for a couple months. He did an update in October and then he did one in November, and then it kind of went to another empty couple months because I think Phil has other things that he works on and he has a job that he has to do sometimes. But we are now in May, almost June, so we're coming up on the 1 year mark of at least when the Nexia emulator was established, which was one of the first couple days of July. And I think for many months, actually pretty much the whole time, the whole past year, Phil has needed people to help test it because we have never had more than than 4 people. I think only one time we had 5 people, and that was early on. And the reason we need more people is because it'll make it harder for the emulator to handle all the people in a world. And we need that to happen so Phil can find the issues and fix them. Phil is still working on it, and I think in fact currently he started working on 360 dashboard stuff potentially. He managed to get the 360 boot animation, you know, when you turn on the console, that plays in the emulator now. And I believe he also was able to get the dashboard to work, the Metro dashboard. And I think he did this in response to Xenia doing it, just so he could stay ahead. But he's already like way ahead of Xenia because he has rewritten so much code that it is way better than Xenia currently is. Because Nexia, it can run Call of Duty now, which Xenia can't. And the 360 pop-ups, you know, when you want to exit your world, you know, the pop-up, it says exit without saving or exit with saving or cancel. Instead of having to use your mouse to click that, you can now use your controller, which is very nice. And he's also added friends list system, so you can join your friends. Obviously, you need that for multiplayer. And Nexia is just way more stable, way more efficient, and there's no reason to use Xenia, besides if you want to use mouse hook, which only works on TU75. Xenia Canary mouse hook is the only reason to use Xenia, and you can only play on TU75 offline, because the mouse hook doesn't work on any other title update, only TU75. And also, for the laptop people out there, gotta say this again, a lot of people complain about this with emulators. If you have a crappy laptop, an old one, especially the old ones, and I think probably most laptops actually, I don't know about the new ones, but you're not going to be able to handle Xenia or Nexia because your laptop is too weak. And this is because of not having GPUs inside the laptop, I believe is the reason. I'll put on screen the minimum requirements actually. I think you need like 6 gigabytes of RAM too, but it's very taxing on computer hardware. So in the description, there's a Discord invite link, which will bring you to the Nexia server. They do ask you to put a reason why you want to join, and they can reject you. So you're not guaranteed to get in, but if you do get in, you can scroll down to the releases channel and get the latest version of Nexia. I will also be making a tutorial of how to add your friends. It's pretty simple, pretty easy, and I think that's about it. I don't know if I sound tired. I think I might, but it's just, I'm tired of making this video repeatedly. But yeah, it's been a year. So if you could join and also help be a play tester, you know, submit issues to Phil or Logan, he can get that fixed. And I think you can submit issues for other games too, I think. Phil wants the emulator as a whole, not just Minecraft. He wants the whole thing to be good for most games, I assume. I think he'll fix any game you ask him to because, you know, he likes fixing this stuff. And if you can, let Phil know that you appreciate what he's doing because I think he would really like to hear that and it will probably motivate him to keep going. And also Logan. This wouldn't be possible without Logan because Logan, who hangs out in the VC a lot, you might see him maybe late at night depending on his schedule. He is the reason Minecraft is fixed on 360 emulation. He got Phil to do it. He is responsible for this and also Phil's hard work. So thank him if you can, if you see him. I think that was good. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of this video. All right, well, that's about it. Xenia is basically inferior at this point. It is way worse than Nexia. You should only be playing on Nexia from now on. And yeah, this is good. This is good. We've got a developer who actually cares. I think the Xenia people did say somewhere that they were not interested in fixing Minecraft. I think I don't know. They didn't like Minecraft, I think. Somewhere, I don't know, in the Discord maybe. But anyway, Phil cares. He cares about this. He's not going to just blow you off and say kick dirt. All right. Awesome. Like the video. It helps. I believe it'll help more people find the video. It'll be in more people's feeds and subscribe as well. I think I hit 7,000 subscribers and then recently I've been losing subscribers probably because I haven't been making videos. But let's go back up to 7,000 maybe. I don't know. It's just a number, but actually only subscribe if you like my videos. I think I have a lot of subscribers that are kind of like forced because in my Xenia tutorial from 2022, I had a media file that you could only access by going through a sub2 link. So you had to subscribe and then it would give you the link to the folder which I put together that would make things easier for people. So it was kind of like, if you subscribe, that would help me and I'm helping you by making it easier. So those are kind of inauthentic subscribers because they were kind of forced to do it, but I don't know. It is what it is. The first 10 years of this channel, I had like less than 600 subscribers and then all of a sudden it was just going up and up and up and it was crazy. But I think I did change it to just be Mediafire so you don't have to subscribe anymore because that was kind of, I understand it's annoying for people, so I don't want to do it anymore. I think I just wanted to get to the 1,000 subscribers mark, and I went way above that. It went to like 7,000. And the reason for that was for monetization, which I wanted for a long time because, you know, I was a YouTuber for 10 years. So getting paid is kind of cool for making videos that I enjoy making. But I'll never make videos for money because that'll ruin the enjoyment of making videos. And that's why I don't upload all the time. I only upload when I feel like uploading, which can be months apart. And I don't like just uploading for the sake of it. Anyway, I have a couple videos I'm planning on making though. I know, very unlike me to make multiple videos in recent years, at least. The next one's going to be Nexia tutorial. That should be quick because it's pretty simple, only a couple steps. After that is going to be another video about a project idea I came up with in early 2025, maybe late 2024. It was something I was thinking about for a while. And yeah, I just want to put that project idea out there so I don't forget about it. Maybe somebody else can do it because it's pretty difficult. And then I think after that, I might do another video. Well, I definitely will do another video about another project, which is related to Call of Duty Zombies. But that might be in a couple months because I have a summer class this summer for college. And I think I'm going to have to focus really hard because it's trigonometry. We'll see. All right, well, that's the end of the video. Peace out.